Hi, I'm Sarah, and this is a two-part tutorial working towards arm balances, crow and flying lizard, demonstrated here by Lottie. This first part will focus on the activation of the rhomboid, the scapula and the abdomen for stronger protraction to get your lift off. So we will start ourselves just in a kneeling or seated position, whichever you prefer. You'll press down through the sit bones wherever you are and feel a slight lift from the lower back. Good. And then from here, extend your arms broadly, breathe into the sides of the body, and then arch into your upper back. And then as you exhale, round through your shoulders and then grab hold of opposite shoulder blade. And then inhale, extend, broaden through the front body, arch into the back, exhale, round. And find this deep contraction and protraction through the shoulder blades as you round. Good, continue like this, 3 more. So you're just stretching through the front of the chest and the middle back. And then each time you round, you're trying to find kind of this protraction and this activation of the muscles between your shoulder blades. So these are the muscles that we need when we eventually press into the ground to find that extra lift. Good, this time inhale, extend the arms nice and broad. And then turn the palms upwards and cross the arms in front of you. Good. And then extend the arms. Try not to let the elbows touch, but instead find a small gap and then extend the wrist up and then really pull the arms apart. Feel the shoulders warming up. Pull the fingers even further. 1 more. And then find your arms come into your eagle bind. Good. And then try to manipulate the skin around your forearms as though the bones of your forearms could actually touch. Again, find this roundness in the back body. Lift the elbows up. Inhale, lift up through the arms, gaze to the space between the thumbs, arch into the back. And then as you exhale, round, elbows into the belly. Find this roundness through the back. Good, and continue 4 more like this. And you can exaggerate this kind of curve of your spine. We're just warming up through the vertebrae and the fibers that live in between. Each time you inhale, feel that you can use the full circumference of your lungs so that you become kind of buoyant from the inside and broad as you kind of find the full richness of your lung capacity. Good, take another big breath. Make this the last one. Before releasing your arms and taking the opposite arm on top. So for Lottie, that's your right. First, extend the arms, press the fingers away, palms facing up. Try not to let the elbows touch, find a small gap. Extend the elbows as much as you can. Feel the shoulders warming up. Use the shoulders, not the lower back. 1 more big breath, and now bind to the arms, eagle bind. Try to bring the palms together, and then again, as you inhale, arch into your back, lift up. Good, and as you exhale, like a vacuum, pull the belly in, find this roundness, elbows in, good, 4 more. And try to find that fluidity of moving with your breath, so each inhale moves in sync with the opening of the chest, and each exhale, the protraction of your shoulders and the contraction of your abdomen. So you become hollow, like a vacuum pulling into the back of the spine. Good, make this the last one. And then release the arms. Take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers. Squeeze the heels of the hands together and then exaggerate the opening of your chest. Then as you exhale, fold yourself forwards, arms stay bound. And then feel that you can pull the arms away from the back body and then grow long through every single vertebrae of your spine. And soften through the mouth and the teeth. Even here, as you feel slightly compressed through the abdomen, feel that you can still breathe fluidly, but now using the back of the lungs. Good. Release the hands down. Good, and then from here, move yourself into a tabletop position, bringing the shoulders underneath, above the wrists, and the knees underneath the hips. And as you inhale, arch through your back, look forwards, expose the throat. And then as you exhale, lead with the tailbone round every single vertebrae. Feel the interface of the muscle wall pull up to the spine. And then move through these 2 shapes. Again, try to move in sync with your own breath. And then feel that you can press firmly down into the hands and feel this sense of resistance so that you can lift out the armpits. And then when you're ready, come to a neutral position. Turn the fingers to face you, stretch the backs of the wrists. And then again, move through these 2 positions. Maybe it feels a little bit different. Maybe there's a little less space here with the fingers turned back, and that's okay. Just try to find any space that's available. Good. Move 2 more like this. And then when you're ready, reach forwards. Release the hands, turn the palms forwards, sit bones to the heels, extend the arms high. And then really broaden through every single finger. Grow and then squeeze. Clench the fingers as tight as you can. Then again, inhale. Every single finger pulls and then squeeze. And now move these 2 shapes, but faster, even faster. Squeeze, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they should feel like someone else's hands. Good, bring the hands forwards, cross your right wrist on top of the left, turn the palms in, interlace the fingers, and then bring the palms towards you and extend the forearms. Don't worry if you can't straighten the elbows, that's not uncommon. Then extend the wrists away from you, soften the shoulders and try not to arch into your back. Instead, pull the pubic bone up and then suck the belly in. And then release. Other side, left wrist on top of right, turn the palms in, interlace the fingers, draw the thumbs in and then extend the arms. And don't be concerned if the elbows don't fully extend, that's not uncommon. Just soften the shoulders and do as you can. Breathe into any sensations that may occur. And then release. Move yourself back into a tabletop position. And then from here, find this sensation of pressing into the hands, broadening through the fingers and pressing the mat away. So we begin to find this protraction between the shoulder blades, almost like you are pressing a hand away. Then without arching through your back or moving through your pelvis, drop down into your shoulder blades, retract. Good. Press into the earth, protract, press away. Just 1 movement, up and down, in and out of the shoulder girdle. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If this feels enough, stay here, otherwise tuck the toes and come into a plank and continue the same action. Not dropping your pelvis, just drop in and out of the shoulders. So we really want to activate the muscles, the rhomboid, the muscles in between the shoulders that attach the spine to the shoulder. And these muscles sometimes kind of become weak because we use the wrong muscles. We use the pecs and the shoulders instead. So we really want to strengthen the muscles between the shoulders that we can press away and find this lift in our arm balances. Good. From here, pause in your plank. Come onto the very tips of your toes, slide the chest forwards and back. Good. And forwards and back and continue. Good. We'll go for 20. Good. Keep this protraction so you're still pressing the earth away, lifting out of the armpits and then finding a roundness in the shoulders. So try not to drop into the abdomen or just rely on the strength of the legs. Good. 10. Belly still engaged. 5. Good. And then drop the knees. Keep the knees under your hips, contract your belly, keep the toes tucked. Now lift the knees an inch and hold. And then round, press the invisible hand away from between your shoulders. Lift out of your armpits, lengthen the neck. Squeeze the belly in and hold. Good. 20. Good. 15, almost there. Try not to clench the jaw. Try and find that softness in the mouth. Find your focus, your gaze point. You can even feel like you're pulling the heels of the hands towards one another to find this additional activation. Feel the adductors, the inner legs switched on, magnetized towards one another. Drop the knees, sit bones to heels, child's pose. Take a breath. And then press into your hands, come to downward facing dog. Lift up through your hips and then press down into your hands. Good. From here, we'll come to turbo dog. So you bend the elbows. So the elbows are about 1 inch from the ground. Feel that the fronts of the arms roll out away from one another. The neck becomes spacious. And again, breathe into the rhomboids and the top of the shoulders. Good. Hold. Squeeze energetically the heels of the hands and the forearms towards one another. 10. Good. Keep squeezing. 5. Abdomen in. 2. 1. Drop down onto the forearms, breathe, take a breath. Squeeze, drop the knees, child's pose. Then from here, you'll take the brick between your forearms. If you don't have a brick at home, you can just use a book. You can also do it without a brick. It will just be a little more difficult with the brick, so it's good to challenge yourself. From here, you'll press up into downward dog, and then lift up through the brick. Good. And then as you exhale, drop the brick down, bend both elbows. Good. Keep squeezing, and then lift. Don't worry if the brick doesn't come with you. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, release. Release the brick, you can get rid of it, you don't need it. And then come back to downward facing dog. Bring the feet to touch, slide onto the outer edge of your right foot and right hand side plank. Good, stack the feet. If this is too much, you can drop the bottom shin or the top foot. And then as you inhale, square your hips, pull left hip forwards, right hip back. Left arm underneath you, take it forwards and back. Try to grab your shoulder. Look over the shoulder, good, and lift. Go for 4, 3, 2, good, last 1. And then lift up, 1 last breath, left hand down, side plank, other side. Square your hips, this time the left hip pulls forwards, right hip back. Squeeze your adductors together, the inner thighs, then the arm comes down and under the left shoulder and up. Try and take it as far back as you can, almost like you could actually grab the shoulder. Good. 3, 2, good, 1. Come down onto your right hand, plank position. Drop down onto the right forearm, side plank on the forearm. Good. Lift the left arm, squeeze, drop the hips down to the mat, and then lift back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come through the center, drop left forearm, over onto the left side, and then again, lift up, and then drop the hips. And up. Squeeze the belly in, squeeze the inner legs in, and then puff up through the back of the heart, so there's still this kind of protraction between your shoulders. Last one. Come down onto the right forearm, forearm plank. Last little bit. Slide to the very tips of the toes, slide forwards and back. Good. 10, 9, 8, keep breathing into the shoulders. 7, lift out the armpits, resist, press away. Energetically squeeze the elbows and the thumbs towards one another, as well as the inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down onto the knees, child's pose. And if you only had 20 minutes, maybe that was enough for you today. Otherwise, if you want to continue through your practice towards crow and flying lizard, then you can stay with us here.